I always want to let people know about what's going on around here, especially at Hollywood Cinema. And we got the Grinch. We've seen you on the Christmas parade. This is what you look like when you're not the Grinch.
Right.
Right. And
which one's scarier? That's the question for you at home.
Well, I'm right now. I'm gonna have to call you Martin Luther County's most successful filmmaker because you're the one who's been able to keep it going, keep producing product on a low budget and keep it rolling. And that's why I got to hand you. I'm gonna hand you an award.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because he does it, and we love showing your work at Hollywood Cinema, and I love the people you bring in here. It's a different crowd, and it's always interesting. The lobby becomes full with all these interesting people that you can talk to, characters of sorts, because usually they're people that are in your movies and so forth. But when you come to our theater, it's an event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an important part of what we do. It's good to keep things interesting and have something fun to do for sure.
Right. Now, you're putting a focus on the Grinch. Because this is really your latest film, isn't it?
Well, actually, this film has been a year in the making, but this will be the premiere of How the Grinch Stole Christmas Suited, because this is the first time that it's been shown.
So it wasn't shown the last one, last time.
No.
So it's a fresh.
Yes.
It's fresh.
This is the newest completed film, but however, I did start working on it in November of last year.
If you were to review it, how would you review it?
Oh, I think it's really good. It's probably the one out of all the films I've made. It probably has the most positive message for sure. You know what I mean?
And the Grinch having a positive message, you gotta love that.
I would say so.
All right, now, and I bet you putting it together, playing one of the main characters, you were able to do it exactly the way you wanted to, right?
Kind of. It also added some additional challenges because usually I'm behind the scenes, behind the camera, so I have more control over the shot that I'm getting. So in a way, I had more control over it. I definitely had more control over the schedule.
Okay.
But certain things, presented an additional challenge.
Did your brother help you on the other side?
Not on this film in particular. On this one, I actually had quite a few people help out behind the camera. I had my dad filmed some of it. Marcy Martin filmed some of it. Chris Dollarheight. There may be somebody else I'm forgetting, but I had actually a few people assist behind the camera on this time.
And what is your secret in keeping a film together? Because one thing I've done a little film, and not everybody always agrees. I mean, it is you have to become a psychiatrist too to put a film together.
Yeah. Well, every film comes with its own challenges. Obviously, if you're going to be doing a full-length film, you have to make sure that whoever is going to be your lead actors, you have to make sure they're very dependable. So you have to go off of who that you can depend on for sure.
Right.
I think that's a key.
Dependable people.
I think that's a key to keeping things together. Like that saying goes, good help is hard to find. So if you get good help, you definitely want to hang on to it for sure.
Right. All right, now let's talk about. I want to put the poster on the screen. We actually can't see a monitor right now. Let's put the poster on the screen. And this is a poster you've created, right?
No, actually, this poster was created by Digital Rain Media.
Okay.
I sent in the certain elements sometimes, like for example, the photographs.
You influenced it.
Right. And so for example, if I have somebody help me out with a poster, I might send them photographs that I've taken or that we've taken on set.
Right.
And I may tell them a certain arrangement I want. This particular poster was probably a little easier to figure out because it's kind of based off of the this poster is kind of based off of the Jim Carrey version that Universal did back in early 2000.
Yeah.
So
which is extremely popular.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Yeah.
And I would say this film is kind of a combination of the two. It's more so, I would say, based off of the book or the cartoon version.
Yeah.
But every few years, the Grinch comes back around for sure.
Is it kid friendly?
Yes, this particular film is kid friendly, and I would say the entire event, I would maybe give it somewhere between a PG and PG-13.
Yeah.
Because we'll also be showing Return to Oz, Night of the Living Dead, and Alice in Wonderland. And Night of the Living Dead has like 2 mild cuss words and, some, I guess, scary situations, with the zombies.
Yeah.
But, a lot of people feel like zombie violence is more acceptable maybe than human violence. I think a lot of people let their kids watch Walking Dead. I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not going to judge each person's parenting. But, I would say, to be fair, I'd probably give the overall event a PG-13.
All right.
But this actually, the film How the Grinch Stole Christmas Sweden, actually is entirely kid-friendly.
Okay.
So anybody, like for example, we'll have DVDs available. If anybody would like to purchase a DVD, they can show it to their family and friends, and it is.
How much is the ticket price tonight?
Now it's going to be 5 cans of food, or $5.
Right.
We'll be donating the food to charity, so that'll be fun. I think it'll be a good way to get everybody in the community involved.
Yeah, I mean, who can't find 5 cans of food?
Right. Everybody's got 5 cans of food.
I don't think I do it at my house, though, but you can go to Aldi's or somewhere.
Right.
You can probably go to the dollar store and get 5 cans of food. So
You have to remember the Grinch stole that last can of Who hash, so we don't want those Who's going hungry this year.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and you'll be giving those cans to needy and so forth?
Yeah. I haven't entirely decided. I know last year I gave them to Community Storehouse. We raised 140 cans.
Right.
We did the same event here at Hollywood Cinema.
Yeah.
Last year it was on the 8th. This year it will be Thursday, December 7th.
Are you
So
pre-selling
this
again? Are
Thursday.
you pre-selling tickets again?
If anybody wants tickets and they'd like to get in touch with me, I'd be happy to sell
What's the
them.
number?
I do have tickets available.
What's the number?
Well, this is my personal number, so...
Don't call after 9.
Yeah, I would say actually probably email is probably the best way to get in
Okay,
touch.
all right.
Crazedmazes@yahoo.com. Crazed Mazes is an activity book I used to draw a few years back.
Right.
But yes, that's basically crazedmazes@yahoo.com. And also feel free to contact us if you're interested in being involved in a future production, because I'm looking to do 2 more Sweded films next year. And actually, I also...
Can you break us in these? What are they going to be?
Well, the 2 Sweded films that I'll be working on.
Wait a minute.
So I'm going to do Little Shop of Horrors
Okay.
and Through the Looking Glass.
Ooh.
Yes. And Through the Looking Glass will be a follow-up to this year's Alice in Wonderland. So I'm excited for that.
Are you doing that one because that was the most popular?
Yeah, and because it's a kind of a favorite of mine also.
Okay.
And I like the idea of doing a fantasy film because it is kind of exciting to have more people in costume and things like that. You know, when you have a drama, most people are kind of dressed in a normal, clothing.
Right.
But it's fun to do something outlandish like Alice in Wonderland. I think it makes for exciting results.
I don't know if people watch, but you were in our Christmas parade. I thought you were a standout.
Well, thank you.
I like Jessica. She was booing you. We had to turn the mic stand. She was booing so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Devin. I mean, I think Devin Pendleton. I think he's a big fan. He was playing you up, and he gave you a lot of credit for years of this stuff. Just like that's what I have to tip my hat off to you, because you keep doing it, and I know how difficult it is. I mean, it's some sleepless nights.
Well, I appreciate you guys talking me up.
Yeah,
You make me sound good, so I appreciate it.
Well, you are good because you've been
thank
able
you.
to stay solid. I mean, the hardest thing about filmmaking is being able to keep it going. And you've had the best track record.
Well, thank you. And I also wanted to point out, in addition to the 2 Sweded films that I plan to make next year, I also plan to film my full-length original film.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. This will be the first original film that I've helped direct since Invasion of the Killer Cicadas, which is in 2013.
2018 is going to be busy for you.
Yes, it's going to be a very, very busy
Will
year.
that be the busiest year yet?
I would say so, because when I started doing the Virginia Sweded Film Fest last year, I started filming around May. And then this year, I started filming around late in April is when I started. Actually, late March.
Right.
So next year, I'm actually going to go ahead and get started in January.
Fantastic.
So, so I imagine it's going to be a very busy year.
All right.
For sure.
And, I always tell people that, this is art. And if you can help fund his projects, get in touch with him. Because I know that stuff costs money too. Wouldn't you love to be able to have a bigger budget to work with?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's amazing what we can do on the small budget we have.
Almost
so if
nothing.
we had it's basically next to nothing. It's basically a no budget film.
Right.
So if we could upgrade to a low budget film instead of our no budget film, it would be. Yeah, we could definitely do some amazing things for sure.
All right.
For sure.
Well, let's make that a goal for 2018. We got to get you some more money to work with.
Right.
Yeah. So let's make that and help him out. I know people watching. People want to go fund everybody across the country. Let's go fund ourselves. Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that because for sure we need more fun things to do in the area, and for these fun things to happen.
And you do add more value to our quality of life. That's another thing you do.
Thank you. I try to do my part in
Right.
enriching the area. It does give give people something to look forward to.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
And everybody involved has a great time, in the productions.
I love watching local productions because you can go, oh, I know where that is. That's over at the park, or that I know. I love locations, and looking at it because everything you do is pretty much shot within 50 miles of here. I know.
Yeah.
So let's do a contest next year. See if people can tell us where every location is.
Hey, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Like maybe a scavenger hunt of
Right,
sorts.
right.
Search for the hidden things.
Yeah,
would be
exactly.
fun.
Like, where was this film?
Yeah, it's a fun idea.
And the most people get it right, we'll give them a prize. I'll fund that.
One thing, how the Grinch Stole Christmas, we used a few familiar locations. We shot some of our footage at the historic former Henry County Courthouse.
Okay, inside.
We didn't go inside for this film. For Alice in Wonderland, we did go inside. We actually had the whole day to film there for Alice in Wonderland when we did the finale trial scene.
Yeah.
So, which that will also be shown. So, we did go inside for Alice in Wonderland. We did not go inside for The Grinch, but we filmed there, and I know that there's a few other little places that people will also recognize.
I'm going to do this. This is one of my bucket list things. I'll probably have to get you to help me do it. But we want to film over a cat. Now, have I ever told you about this story? I'm going to tell you on the air if you hadn't heard it.
Over a cat?
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
All right, I'm going to tell this story in 2 minutes because I think you had to tell a story in 2 minutes.
Okay, let's do this.
See if you think this is a viable story for a movie.
Okay.
Because it actually happened here. And what makes it fun is that some of it went on the air. I had a white cat. We had a white cat that was stray, came on the property, and at first nobody wanted to. Oh no, another stray cat, And but the cat became more convincing, and then we named the cat. We named the cat Woody because we're in Hollywood, and then we started feeding it popcorn. Or maybe we started feeding it popcorn before we named it. We started naming it, and we started and then we gave it
solid diet of popcorn.
That's right.
Okay.
And the cat loved popcorn. And then it would start to getting cold. We left the cat outside because he wanted to stay outside. He would not come inside. And one night we put him in the lobby, and he pushed the door open to get outside. And this is a true story. He pushed the door out to get out. And then a wealthy family in the community was coming to the movies, and they saw the cat, and they just took it. They took our cat. And then, we're back. Beautiful. And they took our cat, and then they came back 3 days later and said, "We took your cat. Are you okay with it?" And we said, "No. We want our cat back." And then they said, "Well, we don't want your cat back. Give your cat back." So it was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We had to bring the police in, and then I had to take it to the Commonwealth's attorney, and we had to go have like a meeting. We thought we were going to get the cat back. They said, "No, we're not going to get the cat back." We had to get lawyers to get the cat back. And meanwhile, the cat's sitting in the dog pound having to build up with all those dogs barking. Because that was the neutral location. We had to put the cat in a neutral location. I won't tell you the end of the story, but do you think that's interesting?
That is an interesting story.
Yeah. And we're going to build it up.
Although I could almost see you guys maybe being more the villains than. So who am I supposed to root for in this film?
Well, I think that's the key.
Rich people that are going to provide for this cat, or the people who are feeding them popcorn?
That's why it's a good story.
You can relate to both.
You need to have both, and there's your conflict.
Yeah, I actually do think that does sound very interesting.
Right.
That's fun. That's one good thing about being a filmmaker. People tell you about their interesting film ideas.
Well, and what you do is we're going to add extra stuff to it. I mean, every film, even that follows a true story, the filmmakers add extra touches to it to make the story flow better. And we might even have people out in the street, on both sides. Like when we're going to the courtroom, one side pro, one side against. We can build the tension.
Yeah, I could see that. That's very funny.
The only thing I don't like about the story is that we didn't actually go to court. They gave up the day before court. So in the movie, we got to create a court scene. To me, it needs
So what was the outcome in the end?
I got the cat. I got the cat back, and I love my cat. His name's Woody, and he stays with me now. But we had to agree to get him off of Hollywood Mountain, which I thought was stupid. We were going to do that anyway, but I didn't like them taking my cat.
Right.
And they did take my cat. They took the cat, and we learned the laws on cat. If you're feeding a cat, it's your cat. Did you know that?
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of where the law reads on it.
Right.
And
so
were
you're not
thinking-
responsible for
and see,
it,
they were
basically.
like, it's a stray cat, and they were like mad at us because it had fleas. It's a stray cat. You know? The one time we did get Woody inside, he went into the rafters of the lobby, and he would not come down. He was so scared. Woody's a real scaredy cat, and probably more than ever after all this trauma.
Right.
But is that a good story?
Yeah, I think that could be interesting.
On a 1 to
sure.
10, if you're a writer, can you crank that up a little bit and make it more interesting?
For sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you could do something with that.
And over a cat. Isn't that a good name?
Yeah,
because
it's
it's
fine.
all over a cat. And when we did the shows on TV, people would always like, "Why are you worried about just a kitty?" You know, what I've learned about cats and dogs is I think cats and dogs a lot of times mean more to people than people do. Don't you?
Yeah,
Don't you see that?
for sure.
And Bill, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I know one of the hardest things, because a lot of times people have ideas for films, and I've got several ideas just kind of floating around. But I guess the really hard thing is turning it into a full-length
You're
film.
right.
You
And
know,
I hadn't done it yet.
Doing it.
I'm going to do it.
Because whatever idea you have, sometimes people will sometimes give me an idea,
Yeah.
and they'll basically kind of tell me, maybe hoping that might be something I'll consider making. But then one thing about it is, whatever this idea is something that you're going to spend a year or multiple years doing. You know, films in Hollywood
I
take
for like 2 or 3
5
years
years or even longer to get off the
The one thing I
ground.
will do is I think if I can talk all the people involved just to act themselves, which is really people can't do very well. Do you think you can act like yourself?
I don't know. That might be a bit of a challenge. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that puts you on the spot, doesn't it?
Because I think everybody's going to act themselves is going to overdo it,
Right.
overact.
Right. Or they'll be overly self-conscious for sure.
Oh yeah, it's like is my hair right? Because we don't care any other time.
Right.
So, but anyhow, all right. Let's get back to the storyline here.
Back to
We
business.
just love movies. We just love movies. Talking about movies, and we've got the most successful film producer here in town, right here, Myron, and he is premiering. I think it's a big deal. You're premiering your new film this Thursday night at 7. And I think it might be a lot of folks here. We saw you third page of the book. You got full page attention yesterday. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was very exciting.
Oh
for sure.
man. And I love to see Hollywood Cinema down there because we love supporting local film. We love film. That's the reason we do this. It's not because we make tons of money at it. We love film, and of course we love the fact that we have beer. You can watch a movie and drink a beer up at our place.
Yeah, and when you come into Hollywood Cinema, you guys have that sticker, and it says, "Films equals jobs." And
Yeah.
I think that's really important that you guys
Yeah.
point that out,
Yeah.
because it does create jobs, because we're constantly having to buy supplies, we're having to buy props and costumes and everything else.
Right.
And I choose to purchase everything locally whenever possible. So I think that's, a good thing to have. And then it keeps people productive.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it definitely creates jobs. And
Well, I
think
really
it's
do
good
admire
that
you
guys
for
point
sticking
that
with
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely is definitely a part of
In
my
2018 might be the year that you spark.
passion. Right. You never know.
Because I think you have to do this for 5 years before you spark. I really
Right.
do. Because you got to get over the hurdles, and I mean, your first movie, you look back at it and go, oh, I wish I could do that again, right?
Kind of, but at the same time, I think I'll always kind of be proud of my first film, which
right.
Youngblood Evil Intentions, my brother and I co-directed, and we did the same the following year with Killer Cicadas.
But which is parts you can look at and say, man, we should have done that different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, you always get that.
Yeah. And anyway, so I want to make sure everybody comes out. We're going to be showing this a lot of times. We're doing this on a Monday, but we're going to be showing it other times. So catch it. It's this Thursday, coming up this Thursday. If you're watching us Monday, it's 3 days away. Thursday, what day is it?
Oh, it's going to be December 7th.
Right.
And that's at 7 p.m.
I hope they've been showing, there it is. That spells it all out. Go ahead and read it to us.
Yeah, so this Thursday I'll be presenting a Swedish version of, I don't know why I did that, sorry. Anyway, it'll be How the Grinch Stole Christmas Sweded. Also, I'll be showing Alice in Wonderland, Night of the Living Dead, and Return to Oz. All these films were done locally. We filmed Night of the Living Dead in Bassett, Alice in Wonderland, and
Just look at all the
Martinsville.
local people.
Yeah.
All right, don't we have a clip of video to show?
Well, we have the trailer. I don't know if we.
Yeah, let's watch that. Let's watch that. We hadn't done that yet. Let's show that.
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not.
You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch. You're a nasty, wasty skunk. Your heart is full of unwashed socks. Your soul is full of gunk, Mr. Grinch. The three words that best describe you are as follows, and I quote: stink, stank, stunk.
Look, I understand there's the makeup process. Who does your makeup? Do you own makeup?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
In this particular production, I know the first time we did the makeup, it was Deborah Tuggle and Marcy Marson also assisted. And the first time we did it, it actually took us 3 hours total to complete the makeup. We've now got it down to a science, and in the clip we're watching right now, this is Marcy Martin doing the makeup from start to finish. And we've actually gotten it down to about an hour.
Wow.
So.
That does look hard.
Of course, we did do a few shortcuts. And one thing that's kind of funny about this production, this is my first time ever having to wear false eyelashes. So that's definitely a new experience.
How many times do you have to do this
The makeup?
to make the film?
I got into makeup 3 different times for the actual film itself. But of course, we got this particular makeup job is when we came to the parade.
Okay.
So I've been in makeup for the parade. And actually, since the parade, I've now been invited to become a part of the Patriot Players Christmas Spectacular.
I bet you Devin called you after you did
yeah.
such a good job doing.
For sure.
Are you having fun with that?
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Devin knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think it's really exciting.
Yeah.
This is my first live play that I've been in over a decade now.
Okay.
So I've missed it, so it's fun to do it.
Look at the detail there.
So I'll be performing with them on the 8th through the 10th.
How are you going to be here and be in 2 places at one time?
Because, well, I unfortunately, I won't be able to perform with them on the 7th.
Yeah.
Because Thursday on the 7th, I'll
Right.
be here collecting the canned food goods and everything
So that's
like
in your
that.
contract.
Right. But I will be with them Friday through Sunday.
Gotcha. And what do you do in the play? Can you reveal
That'll be
that?
7 p.m.
I know,
Is that what you mean, like
yeah.
what time?
Yeah, but what are you doing in that?
Oh, I'll be the Grinch.
Are you singing?
Well, Devin's going to be singing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Right.
And then I will be slithering and slunking on stage.
I bet you could sing. Have you tried that before?
Yeah, I've actually, in this film, I'll actually sing You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, wow.
But see, the thing is in order for me to sing it, I would have to be singing about myself.
Gotcha.
So you kind of have to pick one or the other. You either have to have
Okay.
me as the Grinch or have me sing the song.
I got you. I got you.
Unless I'm going to sing in the mirror the entire time.
Right. There's the poster that we're all excited about. 7 p.m. It's this Thursday. And bring your friends, bring your neighbors. 5 cans or $5 will get you in. And you get to see 3 other films. Let's talk about this real quickly as we show the trailers. Because you're not only getting the Grinch, you're getting 4 movies for one price, right?
Yep, that is correct.
All right, let's take a peek. We'll show them real quickly. We won't probably show all of them. But we'll show a little
Oh, go
clips.
ahead. We got time to talk about a cat. We got time to watch them all.
How long?
Welcome to a night of total terror. Night of the Living Dead.
You calm down. Johnny is dead. Oh! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get all of you. Give me a hand over here.
They won't stay dead.
Just can't see paying out the money for a doctor when we don't have any.
Why, this little electrical marvel right here will get rid of all those bad dreams you've been having.
Will it hurt? I must get back to Henry before nightfall.
And these are going to draw all the bad dreams out of your head. And when you wake up, you'll never be bothered by them again.
Hurry! Stop! What's happened to you? What's happened to everybody?
That's me.
Perhaps you'd like to visit my fiery furnace. The Gnome King doesn't allow chickens anywhere in Oz.
All right. Is that it?
Well, that was Return to Oz and Night of the Living Dead.
Go
And then we
on.
also have Alice in Wonderland.
Show it.
Yep. You don't have Alice in Wonderland? You should.
Live TV.
Oh, well. I think it's on that jump drive. Oh, well.
Okay.
We
All right.
tried. We tried.
But the big
But you
show.
can find it on YouTube. If you just,
Where?
yeah, just, you can type in my name, Myron Smith, Alice in Wonderland.
What's the use of
I
a
think
book
they found it,
without
yes.
pictures or conversations?
Mind your own business.
Oh dear, I shall be late.
What are you?
I'm a doorknob. What does it look like? Don't change the subject.
The quickest way for all of us to get dry would be a caucus race.
Come away, dear. It's high time you're getting in bed.
Who are you?
I can't explain myself, sir, because I'm not myself, you see?
Oh, serpent!
I'm not a serpent. Leave me alone.
In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March Hare. Is it either you like? They're both mad. Take some more tea.
I haven't had any yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? You can always take more.
All right, we're back here. Now, you can do an imitation of me and Bill Wyatt. I got to hear this.
Oh, no.
Come
no.
on now.
I
Entertain
can't.
us.
Well, no, that's what the fella behind the scenes, he came out and said that it sounded like Charles doing the voiceover.
Well, listen, let me hear you
So
do
I
it.
said, well, I don't even which one was it? Was it the Night of the Living Dead trailer, the Alice in Wonderland trailer?
Alice in Wonderland.
I don't think that one even has a voiceover, so I don't know.
No, it just sounds like it.
It
All right,
probably
well,
was.
just try to. Let me see. You can try.
Well, let's
Come
see. I need a script. I need something to say.
Say,
Oh,
we'll
boy,
be right.
that's not. I can't do it like that. You put me on the spot.
That's what I do. That's what I do. I read the post like Charles Rookwood. I'll read. I'll do it one time. Put the post up here. And I'll read it one time.
Oh boy!
I
All
wanna
right. We're going. Give us my best shot.
Myron Smith presents now the
Hey,
Grinch
that's
stole.
not how you usually talk.
That would be how I do a commercial. Though.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then. I didn't mean to stop.
Myron Smith presents now the Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Thursday, December 7th, Hollywood Cinema. Bring 5 cans or $5. It'll get you in for all the entertainment.
All right. I'm gonna try it.
All right.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Thursday, December 7th, Hollywood Cinema. 5 cans or $5. Come on out. Have a great time.
Yep, that's it.
I can do-
That's we call it Rodney Radio.
With more time, we could do a little better.
You did pretty good. Did pretty good. Do Bill White. I'm here to do Bill White.
Oh boy.
Something worth considering.
Heck, you're off.
All right, you got to see these films, folks. It's this Thursday. Catch it. I've given you 30 minutes of non-commercial airtime.
Yeah.
Nobody gets that. We'll be right back.